Hello again, Cristin here, and I am excited to be here today working on the fourth and final two-page journal spread for the month of March. And so I'm going to start with some washi tape just down the center of the journal. And I like to use a washi tape or even like a blue painter's tape, something of that nature, down the center in a lot of my art journal spreads. This just helps make sure that none of my paint or wet media can seep through the pages and get all over the other pages. So there I am with my washi tape. Now I'm going to reach for some gesso and just put down a thin layer of gesso. I tend to refer to this layer as like a shabby layer of gesso, because I'm being a little messy, not taking a whole lot of care, really. Okay, once I have the gesso down, I'm going to dry it with the heat tool, and then I will continue. Alright, once the gesso is dry, I'm going to pull out some Liquitex Matte Gel and just some old book pages, and I'm going to collage these pages down to form a background. So to do this, I'm just putting down a kind of thick, even layer of the matte gel. And I have my page that I ripped out of a book. And I'm just going to lay it down. And then do another layer on top. Now we'll pick out some other book pages. Now my art journal is pretty much totally dry, so I have one of Donna Downey's new stencils. This one is the Frida Kahlo stencil, and I haven't even used it yet. I'm so excited. So I'm just going to lay the stencil down, and then I have some DecoArt medium mister in carbon black, but any mister that dries permanently will work. Okay, I might have accidentally gotten too much down. Let's see. No, it looks great. Okay. I had a little bit of a problem with my pump there, which can lead to an uneven spray and kind of smudge things up a bit. So this isn't as clear of a stencil as it could have been, but I think it's still pretty great. So I'm going to, again, dry this, and then I'll proceed to the next step. Alright, next up, this stencil is dry, so I'm going to bring in one of the stencils that I had designed as a part of Donna Downey's artist gang last year, and this one is the garden stencil. So I'm just going to use a couple elements from this stencil on my art journal, and I have a Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist in Cross My Heart. Now, to note, these are not permanent, so for Frida I did a permanent spray. This one, it will reactivate if I do anything else on top of it. So when you're working in your art journal and you're doing a lot of layers, that's something that you need to keep in mind along the way. Alright, now I'm grabbing a much smaller paintbrush and some golden fluid acrylic in Quinacridone red, and I'm just going to do a little bit of painting. So one of the signature things that I like to do in all my portraits is to put a spiral on the cheek. So I'm going to start there, and I'm going to then paint intuitively and just let myself paint and add layers where I want to, and try not to think about it too much along the way. Okay, and so I put down quite a bit of paint over here. Now I'm going to pick up a much more watered down brush, dip it in that Quinacridone red, and I'm going to sort of splatter it by tapping the brush on the page. Then, before I continue, I am going to give this yet another quick dry. Alright, next up I want to add another just really fun and playful bright color to the page. So I'm using some Marabu art spray, and this one is an apple. This one's a really fun, bright color, and I think it's going to really add a lot of just excitement to the journal. Then, as I'm spraying it, I'm also tipping the journal up and letting it drip around a little. And we'll pick up a little paintbrush, and then you can kind of move it and manipulate the color as you see fit. Right, we'll dry it again. Alright, now I'm putting down some carbon black fluid acrylic. And this is just going to be a little text box so that I can then go in with a white gel pen and put down a quote. So grabbing my paintbrush, just going to dip it into that carbon black. And I like to put it through this little area, so I'm just going to extend it straight through. And my brush was a little bit watery, so it's kind of separating in a couple spots. I'm going to try to clean it off and get a little more paint. Then I am going to get my brush a little bit more watery and tilt my book up so that I can then let the paint sort of drip down. Like so. And we'll go ahead and put a little bit around some of these edges. And then once again, I'm going to pick up the heat gun and dry it. Alright, now I have a white gel pen. This one is just the white jelly roll. And I'm going to put down some lettering here and then just doodle. Alright, and there we go. That is yet another quick and easy art journal spread. Mainly my goal with this was I really just wanted to show you a bunch of really nice ways to fill your art journal with some spreads that you can really be proud of, but that didn't necessarily have to take a ton of your time and energy to create them. So, hope that you have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a comment on the Facebook and Instagram post. On Instagram, it would be Donna Downey Studios. I am having a giveaway for the month of March, and I'm giving away 2 seats to my online art journaling class called The Magic Forest. So, good luck. I hope that you can join me in the Magic Forest, and I will see you guys again later on in 2018.